Hello and welcome to today's pattern recognition video. I have 10 puzzles for you today based on the pin tactic. So let's look at this first puzzle and see if we can figure it out. And remember, when you're doing pattern recognition, if you want to improve, try to do the puzzles more than once. That way you don't forget them. Whatever puzzles you choose, whether it's 5, 10, or 100, or this video, if you go over it multiple times, you can kind of burn those tactics and patterns into your long-term memory and hopefully be able to use them more in your own games. So, what just happened? The knight, I think it moved from the edge of the board back to the center, and we're looking for the pin tactic. So the only pin that maybe we can do, and we are piling up on this knight that only has the 2 defenders. We only have two attackers, but maybe we can move our queen and pin that knight to the king, and we're still having the 2 attackers, the queen and the rook, and then we can try and add another attacker. So a good way to take advantage of a pin is to pin the piece so it's immobilized and then pile up on it with extra attackers and try. So pin it and then win it, whatever you're pinning. So we'll go here, and then now we can move our other rook over there and have 3 attackers, and they only have 2 defenders. So we'll go there. And now this was interesting, but this is just going to help us more. If they want to trade queens off, we can go ahead and do that and then still pick off the knight. So we go there and we still grab that knight. So did I mention these are rated a little more difficult, 2,000 to 2,500, but there's going to be a pin involved, so hopefully that's a good clue. On to puzzle number 2. And if you're looking at a position, trying to figure it out, what are some of the things you can do? Well, you can count up material. Well, before that, take a look and see what the opponent just did. So I think they moved the rook here. I don't think it captured anything, but I didn't notice it moved forward. What is that achieving? Anything? Maybe the threat of a check, although the queen is covering that. All right. Well, it was under attack as well, so they just had to move that rook, or it would be attacked by the queen. But maybe it would have been better to defend with their own queen, because now the back rank is a little bit open. Although if we look for checks first, the queen can block that. All right. So, okay. We're looking for a pin here, and I may have just helped you solve it. Hopefully you figured it out. Pause the video if you need more time to think. So if we deliver that check, the only thing they can do is block. We could capture that rook. Block with the bishop. We could capture that because they would be unprotected. But they could block with the queen. And then if we took that queen and the king recaptured and landed here on f8, well, then we could pin the bishop, pin the rook with the bishop to the king. Now, of course, they could defend. We could still capture. So we need to count up material and see if we want to keep trading down or not. If we have 5 pawns, they have 4. So we're ahead by a pawn. We each have a bishop, a rook. They have the extra knight, though. Although that knight is trapped pretty good. And all we would have to do then is move our king and grab that next. And we would be ahead there. So I think that works. So we're going to check, capture, pin with the bishop, So the only thing they could do is defend, since they can't move that rook or it would lead to a check, and that's illegal. You can't allow yourself to be put in check. So now we can just take that, and then we can move our king and grab the knight with our rook. We probably don't want to move to light squares where the bishop could check us, but I don't see anything dangerous. And we're preventing the king, or the knight from moving because of our pawn and the king. So if we go there, it moves anyway, but now we can just capture with the pawn. All right, on to puzzle number 3. Knight has just jumped forward. Did it capture something? Let's look at the material. And what is the threat? Well, there's a threat of capturing our bishop with a check to the king. Oh, also grabbing a free pawn, maybe. Or taking our knight, but we could recapture with our pawn. So material, we have 5, 6 pawns. Our opponent has 6 pawns. We have 2 rooks, queen, and 3 minor pieces versus 3 minor pieces. So material is even, I believe. Okay, how can we pin to our advantage? Well, we could go here, pinning that knight to the queen, where it would be immobilized, and then we could maybe try and grab it with the knight or the bishop. So maybe that's the way to go. So if we go there, there's the pin. How do they defend against that? Well, they could try and counterattack here. If we take, they take, and then we might have to capture with our knight instead of the bishop, although, no, maybe not, because if we pin and they attack our knight, well, we have a stronger attack. We could capture the knight, forking the queen and the rook. Oh, sorry, the rook up there. Okay, so I think that's the way to go. Oh, although, maybe not. That's why you have to look at checks, captures, and threats, especially checks. If we go there to pin, can they grab our bishop and have a discovered attack on our other bishop with the queen? Well, then we could guard our bishop by capturing with the rook, but that gives the queen time to move. Huh. So, oh, wait, did I? Maybe. No, I was thinking, do we go there first? But then the queen could move out of the way. Wait a minute, if that happens, then we can just grab the knight for free. Huh. So, yeah, I mean, you'd think we could just do that immediately. Capturing. Oh, the king could still capture. And then we can pin. So maybe that's what we have to do. Well, now we can just grab their queen. Really? That's where they wanted to go? Huh. All right. Well, I hope you did well on that puzzle. Feel free to leave comments and let me know how your chess adventures are going. Also, if you have any requests, or anything else you'd like to say in comments, like and subscribe to support the channel if you haven't already. Let's move on to puzzle number 4. We just had a capture. The obvious move would be to recapture, but is there anything better? I mean, can we have an attack on their queen now. So maybe, well, we're supposed to be looking for pins. So how can we pin something? Or maybe that was the pin right here. The bishop was pinned to the queen. So we look at material, make sure, if we need to trade down or not trade down, we want to double check that. So we have 5 pawns, our opponent has 4. So we're ahead by a pawn. We have 2 rooks and a queen, but they have an extra 2 minor pieces. Wow. So we could regain one of them if we just recapture, but maybe we need something crazier. Like if we go here, they're probably just going to go after our queen. Then maybe we could go there with check and then start picking off other pieces. So I think that's the way to go. Oh no, apparently not. Okay, maybe we just grab that. Really? But then we're still down in material. Oh, when the queen moves, we still have that option up here now. All right. Oh, now it's even crazier. Well, we need to definitely do that first. Then we can take and then pick off one of their rooks. Unless, no, that's what we have to do. So we go there, and then if they take, we take, they take, or wait a minute, do we have an even better move? Do we grab a knight first? Or, well, anyway, this problem, they've ended it. So let me move on to puzzle number 5. Okay. What is the purpose of that queen move? Well, it lines up on our king and pins the bishop. So that could be a problem for us in the future, maybe. Especially if this knight jumps forward and they threaten a mate on the next move. So being aware of that, now we have to look for a strong pin of our own. I mean, we could capture here. The knight would be forced to capture, and then it would be pinned by our queen. And that is a pretty forcing move, capturing with a check. But do we have any kind of good follow-up? Oh, also that would get rid of that knight jumping down here and having that mate threat. So maybe he would want to leave the knight there. Well, also, it looks like, can we just take the knight first, removing the defender of the pinned piece? Maybe that would be the way to go. Oh, I don't know if that would work, though, because he can capture with check there. And then our king would be mated, I believe. So we probably need that forcing move. So if we go there, capture with a check, if the king moves, I mean, he'll most likely take, but if he doesn't, what happens then? If we capture and he runs to the only place he can, oh, then that would be a checkmate by the knight. So what do? Once we go there and take, if he takes with the knight, how do we continue our attack? Wow. Or do we have to stop and defend? Well, we can't defend that from there. Maybe we could make an escape hatch for the king by pushing forward, but that's not looking so good because, well, maybe it's all right. Okay, material-wise, we have 5 pawns. The opponent has 5. And queen, rook, 2 minor pieces. Everything's even. Okay. And we have this mate threat looming. So we need to do something about that. Do we pin? Well, I don't know if it's really a pin. I mean, what if we go there? No, once again, they can just go there with the mate. So I think we have to go here. We take, that forces the king to capture like that. And then what do we do, though? I don't know if there's a good follow-up. Any way to check the king from there? Wow, I am not seeing a possible move after that. If we go there, knight captures. I mean, what if we sacrifice the queen and then the king ends up here? Then what? Nothing. We run out of pieces. Man. All right, I don't know. What can we do here? So I'm just not finding it. We go there. He's forced to go there. And maybe this is not the right move because then I don't see what we can do if we have to protect that to prevent a checkmate. I mean, that is a checkmate, right? He goes here. The king can't capture, or sorry, nothing can capture the queen here. Can't block. Can't run anywhere because of this rook and his own bishop and pawn. So, capture, block. I just am not seeing. There has to be something else here that I'm missing. All right, I'm gonna speed this along. Okay, that apparently that's not what they wanted. So what do we have? They have a mate in 1. So how do you stop that? Do we have to move our knight here or here to block that? Okay, that's what they wanted. They wanted us to go there. I mean, what if they went there, threatening the mate in 1 instead? Oh, well then we would be able to really attack the king. You know, take, because the knight wouldn't be protecting the bishop. And yeah, that would be a mate, I believe. Okay. All right, so what do we do now? Oh, now we can just take here and pull that king in. And, how do we continue? Can the queen, oh, the bishop could check, but it's pinned. So once again, we have to guard that. And how do we do that? Wow. Okay. I hope you're not having as much difficulty as I am on this one. This one has got me kind of stumped. So mate in one threat. We don't have any checks, though. I mean, we can't go here because the bishop is pinned. Nothing can get to this king along this diagonal. What can the queen do? Nothing. Can't go there. It'll just be captured. What the heck? I still don't know what they want us to do here. I might have to hit the hint button on this one. I don't see any way to get to the king, and now we got to worry about stopping that. This mate threat. I mean, do we push forward here? Well, then he can just capture with the king. Man. All right, hint. What do they want us to move? They want us to go there. That doesn't work. That doesn't work, I don't think. Oh, no. Okay. Now they can block with the rook. If they take that, we have to block with the rook. Wow. Yeah, then what does he do? Maybe now our rook is pinned. He could add his rook to the attack, but then our queen could drop down. Or can it? All right, hold on. I'm pulling up the analysis. This one is crazy. Okay. So we go there. Okay, the best move without being mated is to capture that. Rook takes. Now the best move is to capture with check. The rook has to block. And now what? They're saying queen to d6. Oh, and I guess if they go here, well, then the queen can go this way and protect. And there's no way to get in. Oh, but what if the king goes in there as well? So I guess I'll take a look at it. Let's see. What if they go there? Now it's a mate in 10. Queen up to, oh, there's a check here. Queen to f7 check. You always have to look out for those checks. King up to h4, adding another attacker. But now we have, what? Queen to e7. King back up to h5. Queen, oh, this is just crazy. Queen to e2. King goes up to h4. And then we can just take there. Man. All right. Enough of that. Let's move on to puzzle number 6. That way I can get 10 of these done. So we just had a, what, capture here by this pawn. What do we do now? With black to move, we have a, I don't know, any pins going on here that we can use. This pawn is pinned to the queen, but, you know, we're not going to put anything here that it would want to take. Oh, we can capture something, and this knight is pinned by the rook there. So if it takes, well, although the queen, another piece, well, either way, if we go there, oh, I guess the knight could recapture. Huh. So when you're looking at pins, you want to look at the long range pieces, you know, like the queen, the bishops, the rooks, and see what they can attack. I mean, maybe we go that way, but then, yeah, maybe that's the better way to go, because if we go here, the other knight can go there and defend. But if we go here, oh, even if the rook helps defend, we have two attackers, they only have one defender. So they don't want that. All right, did they want us to go the other way? But then the knight can cover, can just capture. All right, what are we looking at here? Maybe they want us to go here and pin this pawn to the king, but how do we add additional firepower? Oh, maybe we need to capture with this bishop first. Like that? No. What do they want here? Do they want us to go that way? No. Okay, here we go. Another one of these crazy problems. Maybe I set the rating level too difficult because these are starting to give me a problem too. What pins do we have? I mean, or how can we set up a pin? We could go there, pinning pawn to the king. The king could just move, so I don't really see much in that. This looks pretty good. I mean, we have a pawn pinned here to the queen, but how can we take advantage of that? I don't know. I mean, we have the knight pinned to that rook. You want to look for unprotected pieces. That can sometimes be a good hint on which way to go. Yeah, maybe I need to work on these pins because the easy ones are okay to find, but these difficult ones, I don't even know what they want in this one. So, all right, they don't want that. They don't want the other one. Okay, they don't want the bishop capturing there. They don't want the queen moving. All right, I don't know. What are we even looking for here? I'm going to hit the hint button because I don't know what the heck they want. All right, they want us to go there. Okay, I don't know. I kind of glanced at that move, but they just take with the bishop. Why is that a good move? They just take, oh, okay, then we fork like that. Huh. All right, I don't know. Was that really a pin problem? That one was kind of crazy. All right, let's get this video done. On to puzzle number 7. The bishop was being attacked by this rook and retreats. They could not capture because there's a pin to the king. So what do we do now? Oh, wow. This is pretty good. We have a pin that way. So maybe we can go here because of that pin by the bishop, then threaten the mate there. In the meantime, though, they could move. If they do that, though, then we mate over here. So what can they do in the meantime? If we go there, do they have any checks? I don't see anything. I don't think they can defend against that. Well, they could go here. That defends against it, but then we can take. So I think that works. So we just knock that out. And then now, because they took our bishop, which was pinning the pawn, it doesn't matter because we still have the mate there. Okay, that one was pretty crazy, rated 2490. So a chess master, high-level chess master played that. On to puzzle number 8. Okay, what is happening here? The rook is attacking our rook, backed up by the queen here. So if we take, they'll just retake. But we're looking for pins. And looks like we could just grab a bishop here. Do we want to do that? Huh. And why wouldn't we just take that bishop for free? Let's count up the material. We have 5 pawns. Our opponent has 1 extra pawn, 6. They also have 2 extra bishops that we do not have. So taking one of those bishops is probably not enough. Oh, we are threatening a back rank mate as well. If we could check along the back rank, because of our knight here, the king cannot run forward. He could try and block with the knight, but we could maybe capture. So maybe we take... I don't know if it works though. Oh. No, I was thinking, can we go here? But the pawn would be able to push forward. So, and there's also, maybe there's something there where if they take, then we go here, but then the queen is still covering that. So I don't know if all that works. So, I mean, what if we go there? That's not forcing enough. Once we go there, oh wow, maybe we just go here, pinning the queen to the king. If the queen moves, well, it can't move off of that diagonal. If it backs up, we made it here. If it comes forward, well, then we have this capture. How can they stop that? They do have a tricky little... If we go there, they could push this forward, checking us. We could just move out of the way. All right, I think that works. Oh, wow. Okay, they blocked that way. I mean, I guess we can go there again, because if they would have taken our queen, then we have the battery and we can capture there. And if the queen would have captured, then our other rook would have delivered the mate. So now we can just go there and deliver the back rank mate because of our knight. Wow, that one was a little tricky. For those of you that wanted more difficult puzzles, I hope these were difficult enough for you. And whatever you think, you can leave comments, and because I'm kind of curious. Do you want some more difficult ones, easier ones? Let me know. All right, on to puzzle number 9. What do we have here? We're almost done. 2 more left. Knight has jumped forward. I guess it's... Oh, it unleashed an attack on our bishop. We could take their bishop. But what happens after we do that? They could try to take a rook, or we could take a rook. That's another possibility. Oh, we also have... All right, a lot going on here. All kinds of pins. We have the pawn pinned to the queen. So if we take, the rook could take right now, but the pawn would not be able to take her. We'd grab the queen. So maybe we need to trade off the rooks, luring that one over here. So I think that works. We take the rook. If they recapture, then we can take here. Although they can grab our bishop. So maybe we need to do that first. Well, or second. We go there because we have a threat of capturing the other rook. Now we can take this. Then we take this. And it can't capture, or we grab the queen. So we end up that bishop ahead. All right, the final puzzle. Here we go. We just had a block to our check by the bishop here. Now, we would have a checkmate if that knight wasn't guarding. So how can we take advantage of that? We have a knight here that's pinned to our king. We do have 3 attackers if you count this bishop and the other bishop and the queen. But they have 2 defenders, maybe, well, 3 if you count the knight, bishop, and rook. Oh, okay. I mean, is it this simple? They finished it up with a nice, easy problem. Can we just go there, delivering the back rank mate because of this pin of the bishop it wouldn't be able to capture? Okay, I guess they finished it up with a simple, easy checkmate there at the end. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed these 10 puzzles. You know, remember to try and solve puzzles regularly. It'll help improve your tactics, pattern recognition in your chess. But feel free to leave comments if there's anything else you would like to see, especially if you have any requests. I'll try and do that type of video for you. Like and subscribe to support the channel if you haven't already. Thank you for watching and have a super chess day.